wanna take his place. I just wanna touch your body. I just wanna touch your waist. Put that body on me. Put that body on me. Put that body on me.
Yes, family. What's going on, guys? What is going on? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're tuned in from in this beautiful, beautiful world that we currently live in. It is your boy Abel checking in one time for the one time. As you guys know, we are back with another session. My apologies for starting this one about 30 minutes late than what I have been. At least I've been normally starting streams at 8:30, but today I had to go be a parent. I had to go, to my daughter's school, and I had some things that I had to handle over there, which caused me to be a little bit late today, right? And you guys know, family first. Family is more important than anything. So that's the reason why I'm a little late today, family. But we're here. We're going to go ahead and show up every day like we have been. We're going to continue to perform just like we have been. And we're going to see what the markets give us for today. Right, but big shout out to every single one of you guys that are tuned in with me. Thank you guys for showing up once again. I see we got Metal in the building. What's going on, Metal? How are you doing? We got Michael G in the house out there in Vancouver. We got Tyson in the building. Houston checking in. What's up? That boy Christian in the building. What's going on, Christian? I appreciate you, my brother. We got Denise in the house. Leoma in the house. Big Devin in the building. Mr. Big DP in the house. What's going on, my brother? We got Sam Dollars in the building. What's going on, my brother? I appreciate you guys for tuning in, family. Can we just give a round of applause for everybody that showed up on time? Because I know I wasn't. Hey. And we're here, man. We are here. We're going to go ahead and lock in, clock in, and see what today got for us, man. Let me actually take a quick look at the markets as well. Again, family, I was a little late today due to the fact that I had some things I had to handle. You know the vibes, you know how it is. But we are live right now in real time, and we're going to go ahead and do what we do. Yeah, so let's see what else we got here for today, family. Let me just take a look at the markets, man. I haven't looked at the market since yesterday. We do got to do a little update, though, on what happened with gold yesterday, man. Gold did absolutely nothing for us yesterday, family. Like, absolutely nothing. From when we actually entered yesterday. I mean, we literally, I'm talking about literally, we were stuck in this range here all day yesterday, right? Our stop loss initially was below this low, so we didn't get stopped out, but because we ended up staying within this range literally for about 7 hours or so, we had to close out. At least I had to close out my futures prop firm accounts positions in a loss, a little bit of a small loss. And that's just because, again, we were not allowed to hold positions, past 4 or 5 p.m. I don't even know which one exactly it is, either 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern. So the position itself, man, really didn't do a damn thing. We got an entry. The market ended up just saying range bound for the damn near the rest of the day. And yeah, so it was a very, very choppy, annoying trade to be a part of, to be in. That we did end up taking a very small loss on because the markets didn't freaking move. Right? And that's like the same thing that happened the previous day. Right? This entire week, we've taken buys on gold, or we took in positions on gold, and they haven't done shit, right? Especially if, you guys know what happened with my first trade on Monday. I ended up moving my stops a little bit earlier, and I did take a small loss on that, but the market still didn't even do anything. All right, so it's been a super, super choppy, super slow week here in the markets for gold. And it is what it is, right? It is what it is. It's one of those things that we can't control, right? How the markets are gonna react. Um, and it is what it is, man. But you know what time it is. We're gonna show back up, and we're gonna see if we can find something else today that makes sense, right? That can possibly give us a good opportunity to go ahead and make some money, right? Catch a nice little trade, make some money, and call it a day. All right, but let's see. We got Big T in the house. What's going on, Terry? So good to see you. Good morning, my brother. Jama in the building. Good morning as well to you. Hopefully, I'm saying your name right. Is it Jama or Jama? All right, is it the first one or is it the second one, right? Because if you're gonna show up consistently, I gotta make sure I pronounce your name correctly. Or I gotta give you that respect, right? So is it Jama for one? Type of one if it's Jama. Type of a two if it's Jama. Or type of three if I'm still saying it completely wrong. Right? All right, let me know in the chat, man. Let's see, Abel, how come you didn't hold gold? Is it due to that broker? It is due to the, I mean, at least here, right? On a futures prop firm account, we are not allowed to hold trades past, 4 or 5 p.m. Eastern, right? So we have to close the trades regardless. So that's essentially what happened. We ended up having to close the trade. And honestly, now looking at it, probably was the best thing that we did because this thing ended up running even lower, right? So overall, super small loss. We've been taking, the 2 trades we took this week. Like, I think I lost literally 0.25% combined, right? So we're taking extremely, extremely small losses, which is always a good thing. And we're waiting for, we're waiting to catch that one solid entry that could really run for us, right? That one solid entry that we can go ahead and, make a 3 times our risk, 4 times our risk on, right? And we're still trying to get that, and once we do get that, then we'll finally really, really, hopefully start to catch some stride and really do our thing, right, and have some fun with it for sure. Absolutely. All right, so we're gonna see what happens here throughout today's session, family. See what the markets do give us, and yeah, we'll take advantage of it if the time comes. If the opportunity presents itself. But that's pretty much where we're at as of right now. But let me see what you guys are at. Let me see. Looks like BTC is selling off to a buy. What is Bitcoin doing? I haven't looked at Bitcoin either. Yeah, Bitcoin is coming down. Honestly, guys, like, this is what I want to see for Bitcoin. I want Bitcoin to come down, right? I'm a big fan. I would really support a sell-off all the way down into the 60K area, right? And then around the 60K area, that's where I would love for this thing to actually hold itself. And then the demand for Bitcoin come back in, and then we just go ahead and start trending higher for Bitcoin, right? So I'm not opposed to this sell-off. I actually kind of want it. I think it's warranted. I think it's due. Feel some of this imbalance here to the left. And then from there around the 60K level, hopefully we can go ahead and start to see higher pricing off of that level here for Bitcoin, right? So, we're going to let that play out as well. We are seeing some weakness right now in the markets on Bitcoin. I wonder pretty sure if Bitcoin's dropping and the whole market might be feeling a similar sentiment, right? But let's go ahead and see what we got here, family. Again, you guys know I'm going to be looking at gold, seeing what gold ultimately presents for us today, seeing if there's any opportunities that we can take advantage of. And yeah, we'll go from there, man. In terms of indices, right? Indices actually fell really aggressively, essentially overnight, right? From London session to now, we've been seeing a very strong sell-off here for the NASDAQ, which is kind of interesting. I wonder why we're selling off so aggressively, before the open here, right? That's something we have to be mindful of and keep our eye on as well. Because due to this sell-off, you never know, man. We might be able to go ahead and, hey, maybe we might be able to go ahead and fade this to the upside. We never know, right? But we did see a very aggressive move. Now, the only thing that I dislike about seeing moves happen before the open here, and when I'm talking about the open, guys, I'm referring to the stock market open, right? Which is where most traders like to really trade the NASDAQ, the S&P, the US 30s, and things like that. The only thing that sucks about seeing these moves occur before the open is that usually the volume starts to die down a little bit, right? Because we already had a major move. So again, we'll keep our eyes on this. We're live now. We're gonna see what the markets give us. We are about 20 minutes or so away from the open, so we'll see if there is an opportunity. But more times than not, man, usually starts to slow down. And even if it doesn't slow down, like, it's going to be kind of hard to try to go against this selling momentum that we have here, right? Like, we would really have to be patient and actually get like a real confirmation if we wanted to buy this up. But this thing is super aggressive. We have a lot of selling pressure right now to the downside here on these indices. And yeah, that's something we definitely got to just be aware of and keep our mind on. All right, so we'll see. If we can get an opportunity to buy it, cool. If we can get an opportunity to sell it, it's gonna be a little bit trickier because it already sell off pretty aggressively, but we're gonna see what happens. As of right now, though, gold definitely looks like it might be the most interesting thing to trade this morning, just like it has been all week. And gold is interesting, right? The thing is, we're kind of stuck between two major key levels, if you ask me. Turn on this music. I feel like I'm yelling again. Right, we're kind of stuck between two major key levels now, right? Actually, I mean, there's a few around these levels, right? But we're kind of stuck between, you know, this 23.17 and then this 23.26, 23.27 level for gold, right? And I'm trying to figure out what is it going to do now. You know, are we just going to fall down towards this 23.17, possibly create another low, right? Because that's what we've been doing all week, is essentially just creating a high, then creating a low, right? Like, we're talking about a higher high into a lower low. Like, that's the type of week we've been seeing, right? These type of weeks right here, guys, are the type of weeks that trend traders really have a tough time with. You know, because we're not having like a definitive trend right here, right? You know, whenever we do see a break of structure, you know, back to the upside, and we look for that possible continuation, it just does the opposite and actually goes and creates a new low, right? So then when we go ahead and we change our bias and say, okay, you know what, we just created a, let me see, family, drop a 3 in the chat real quick, right? I want to make sure everything is good, right? Because my connection kind of just dropped. Right, drop a 3 in the chat real quick. Let me know if we are still good. Let me go if we are still live. Drop a 3 in the chat. Drop a 3 in the chat real quick. Let me make sure that we are still good to go. Let me know in the chat. I want to make sure that we are good to go. All right, perfect. You froze for a bit, but I had to refresh. Yeah, I don't know. My connection had just dropped randomly out of nowhere, so. But I'm glad that we're back. So again, like I was saying for gold, you know, these type of conditions, guys, are very tough to trade in, especially if you are a trend trader like myself, where we try to find an actual trend, you know, that we can actually take advantage of and run. And the reason for it is because, again, like, we're getting signals that a possible trend can possibly start with, like, this breakback. Like, we ended up, all right, I want to show you guys this, right? This move right here, right? The sweep of this low and then into a strong move to the upside. Like, I would look at that as a possible start to then see higher pricing, right? But then what happened? We seen the market go ahead and break this internal structure, and then they just said, I don't care, but we're going to go even lower, right? And then we end up switching and creating a whole new lower low. You know, so then at this point, what can we expect? Maybe a possible continuation of that, right? That might be like the thing that we can keep our eye on, right? See how we react off the 23.16s, possibly again back towards these lows at 23.10 maybe. See how the market reacts off of those levels. You know, but again, these markets have been just so choppy all week so far, right? Who knows if, you know, this lower low sequence, lower high sequence is actually going to hold and go ahead and create a new possible low. I mean, it's there, right? We would have to, especially if we're trend traders. That's probably the best thing to really keep our eyes on and identify, right? Maybe expect another low now at this point, because that's what structure's kind of showing. You know, but overall, again, it's been a very interesting week so far. Super choppy week. And yeah, like I said, man, as a trend trader, it definitely makes it a little bit tougher to actually trade and navigate through these markets when we're seeing so much whiplashing back and forth, right? You know, this is like a scalper's paradise, though, right? For anybody that's scalping these markets, man, like these type of conditions right here where we're just getting back and forth, you know, price action, like this is where you guys could possibly really, really have a good time in, right? You know, and maybe I should turn on my scalping bag. You know, aim for 10, 15, 20 points at a time, close the trade, secure that profit, and then go ahead and find another opportunity. Maybe we do something like that, right? Maybe it might make sense for us to go ahead and ride something like that out, right? Hey, we never know. You know, so again, super choppy conditions so far, family. You know, it is what it is, right? We got to adjust to them. You know, that's why the beautiful thing about it is we've been managing our risk correctly. You know, we literally lost damn near nothing, right, this entire week, you know, trying to find positions that can go ahead and ride out for a nice long trend, you know, but it's cool. You know, it is what it is. It's the nature of the markets, and, you know, we're just going to go ahead and adjust and see what the market continue to get us overall. But as of now, again, I would have to assume that we do come back down just because we did, again, sweep internal structure, ended up shifting us into a new lower low. We pulled back, created a lower high. So yeah, we might end up seeing price, you know, go ahead and make a nice strong move to the downside here, right? You know, so I would have to assume that. But let's see what the market does continue to do today. Again, just based off the nature that we've been seeing so far, man, I wouldn't be surprised if we do either stop here at this 23.17 or even possibly come down to around 23.09s or so. Maybe go ahead and get into this entire area, and then from there possibly see us just continue to remain super choppy and stay within this range itself as a whole. Hey man, we'll adjust. We'll see what the markets do give us and see what we can get from it. Now I do want to make a quick little update for you guys, so you just me being transparent with y'all more than anything. The account itself that we are trading on, although we did take a couple L's on stream, I did take a trade last night via Asian session on gold that did play out pretty well, and I kind of feel bad telling you guys about it. I mean, again, I didn't hold it at all. I didn't really go too crazy with it. But that position did get me back above our initial entry point. Again, it was more so me just testing something out on Asian session or during the Asian session itself, right? So I didn't trade this, with the intentions of trying to find a crazy big move. But what I was testing out did actually play out. So again, you guys are gonna see, the account balance back over 100K, which is cool. But I just want to be transparent with you guys. Again, I'm supposed to be trading this specific account only on live stream, so I kind of felt bad, which is why I ended up not trying to ride out the positions I ended up taking. But it is what it is, right? I want to be transparent with y'all, so you guys can follow along with me on this whole process. So I did take a trade last night during Asian session. I did take it on multiple accounts, so I was comfortable closing this trade as soon as I did. And on my other accounts that I have, my Forex trading account with Sway Markets, that I actually made a really good amount on that position, right? But for this account, I kind of felt bad. I'm being honest. I was thinking about y'all, and I'm like, damn, Abel, you should be trading this account only with the live stream. So I ended up again, closing it out. So if you guys see it above, right, the initial balance, that is exactly why. All right, I took a trade last night during Asian, all right, and then I ended up closing it pretty quickly because this account, the intention of this account is to only trade it with you guys live, right? I don't want to take no trades off of stream with this account itself, okay? And I want you guys to hold me accountable, right? I have multiple accounts for a reason, so I don't have to trade this account off stream, right? If I want to take some random test trades, or if I find some setups, outside of my trading session normally during Asian, and I want to, I'll just use other accounts that I have access to. So, but just again, me being transparent with you guys, so you guys don't look like, hey, but bro, I thought we took a couple L's this week. We did, right? But I also, ended up making it back. But I felt bad, and yeah, that's where we're at with that, guys. Right? Just being transparent, man. Again, I could have made honestly, like if I was still holding those positions and I didn't feel bad, about not trading live with you guys with this account, I mean, honestly, I probably would have been up over $1,000 in profit so far, right? Because that position I ended up taking actually did end up running really well on my other accounts. But just being transparent, family. Again, I'm trying to make this thing as transparent as possible, and every trade that we call out here live, it needs to be documented on this account, and that's why, I'm trying to operate the way that I operate, right? So, but let's see what else we got here, though. We got my brother G in the building, my guy George, man. It's been a while, George. I don't know if you've been in any of the streams lately, George, but I appreciate you so much, brother. You're one of the long-time subscribers, one of the long-time family members, and I appreciate every single time you jump on, my brother, man. So thank you so much for showing up, man. Let's see. What up, Abel? What fundamentals do you think are behind this choppiness? It could just be that we don't have any fundamentals to go off of, right? This week itself, guys, right? If you guys weren't on any of the, the streams this week, or if you guys didn't look at my Sunday video, which again, guys, every Sunday I am dropping a weekly overview, right? So if you guys are ever wondering my thoughts on fundamental analysis, technical analysis, my long-term projections for the week, then just make sure to catch those, those Sunday drops. I do plan on dropping those every single Sunday to give you guys a quick, idea of what I'm going to be looking for going into the week from a fundamental, sentimental, and technical perspective. It will all be there, right? But I think it's just because we don't have much this week. Right, we don't have really that much news, right? Although data and fundamental news events, guys, are super volatile. Like that's what really provides a lot of liquidity, right? A lot of movement in these markets. Right now, again, it could be because of that, or it could just be for something else that I'm just not aware of, right? But it could be super choppy just because we don't have nothing that the markets are really going off of. We really don't have much for the U.S. whatsoever, right? We do have oil inventories today if you trade oil. But yeah, there really hasn't been that much news whatsoever this entire week, okay? So we're gonna see what we get here, though, man. He said, "Boo, I'm taking my leg back." Oh man, yo, you're hilarious, bro. Let's see. Do you ever trade Bitcoin? Trade Bitcoin? Not really. Invest into Bitcoin? Absolutely. Right. I actually own. I don't own. I'm not gonna say I own a lot of Bitcoin because I don't, but I own a lot of crypto as a whole. Right. I have a really, really solid portfolio. I own around 30, 35 different projects that I currently have exposure in right now that I'm excited for throughout this entire bull run. But yeah, I don't own too much Bitcoin, and the reason why I don't own too much Bitcoin is because again, I'm not going to get the most return out of that, right? You can probably get a solid, 2x out of your money if you invest into Bitcoin, right? If you like get in now, you might double your investment, by the end of this bull run, maybe triple your investment, which is still great, right? And that's still phenomenal, right? We're talking about doubling an investment in a matter of the next 12 months. Like, it don't matter who you ask, right? Any real investor is gonna be like, yo, that's great returns, right? Um, but I'm investing into a lot smaller, you could say smaller market cap projects that can get me a 4x, right? 5x, a 6x, a 10x, right? So I'm invested into a lot of other projects outside of Bitcoin for that reason, right? So I don't have that much Bitcoin personally, but I have a shit ton of other crypto, right? But let's see, when did you come back to YouTube, man? Shout out to the God Reaper, the Six God Reaper, man. Just with that name itself, man, Six God Reaper, man. How do you feel about Drake? I don't know if you like Drake. I don't know if you took that name because he calls himself the Six God, man. But how are you feeling about Mr. Drake right now, man? Because it's pretty crazy how disrespectful people are getting towards my guy Drizzy, man. And I'm not gonna take the disrespect no more from my guy Drake. I'm just not gonna take it no more, right? Because it's still the greatest, arguably one of the greatest of all time, right? So we're gonna have to put some respect. Whether you think he lost or won the battle, that's cool, right? I think as of right now, Kendrick is winning, and I'm a big Drake fan. I really don't listen to Kendrick's music whatsoever. I never got into Kendrick's music. But I think Kendrick is up right now. And the only reason why I think Kendrick is up is because the last record he dropped is fire, right? Like that last, like the music one, like that shit is so hard. I'm gonna be honest, that shit is so hard, and that kind of got him the win right now because it's mainstream, right? Like it's playing on Sports Center right now. That song, right? Like it's playing on damn near every media outlet out there, right? People are leveraging that song. So just the replay value of the song "It's Not Us" or "Not Like Us," whatever it's called, is insane, and it's a bop, right? So I'm giving Kendrick the heads up because of that. But we not gonna disrespect Drake on this stream. I'm not even gonna lie. Right, but to answer your question, man, I started streaming again last week, man. This is my second full week that we are here now. I'm excited to be here on YouTube. This is my home. This is my home moving forward, and I plan to really build this community up with the help of you guys, and I look forward to it, man. See us. Obviously, we've been, averaging anywhere between 40 to 60 viewers, which is, it's cool, once we, getting back into it. But there's no doubt in my mind within the next 30, 60, 90 days, we obviously get above 100, 200, hopefully 1,000 by the end of the year. And so of live viewers watching. So that's the goal. And it's going to be with the help of you guys. Right. And I want to make this clear, family, right? Whether you guys look at me as a mentor or not, I really don't want to be. I don't mind being put in that spotlight because I've been in that spotlight as a mentor educator for a few years now. But I want us to go deeper than just that, right? I really want us to be a community where we can all go ahead and spread our thoughts and ideas. Right? I want you guys to feel comfortable enough to go ahead and send your markups to me and we can analyze it together in real time and see if we all agree on it. Right? So it's cool if you guys look at me as an educator, mentor, whatever it is. But I want us to be, deeper than that, right? I want you guys to also provide value. Go ahead and give us insight as to what you're looking for. Now, if you guys are a part of my course community, right, I appreciate y'all. I should be dropping the Zoom link. Actually, I need to be dropping the Zoom link consistently. I just be forgetting, to be honest with you. But I will be dropping the Zoom link as well. I don't know if I'm gonna do it today because I'm kind of late today. I'm just gonna rock out today. But starting next week, guys, every single day, I will be dropping the Zoom link in the VIP section of our Discord. And you guys can go ahead and jump on the Zoom and interact with us, right? Unmute the mic, and I'll have some fun. Shout out to Free Zone. On Monday we did it. Free Zone unmuted himself, and he was providing massive value to the stream, man. And it was a dope experience for everybody, I believe. So, but yeah, I'm here. I'm locked in, man. We gonna run this thing up. All All right, but let's see what we got here. So do you believe any reason you don't trade Bitcoin? It's not no specific reason for it, to be honest. Not no reason specifically. I'm just more comfortable investing into it. I'd rather just invest into the cryptos as opposed to trading it. My focus when I'm trading is really just on gold, the Nasdaq, and that's really it. Like I haven't really been trading even currency pairs lately. Everything that I've been trading on has really just been either gold or the Nasdaq, maybe the US 30, maybe the S&P, right? Either gold or one of the indices has really been my focus. And I'd rather just continue to invest into Bitcoin or all these cryptocurrencies itself, right? So, but there's no specific reason whatsoever. But I do think, right? I do think Bitcoin does hit over 100K, right? I actually made a bold prediction, and obviously time will tell to see if I'm right. But I think Bitcoin could reach 150 to 200K, this bull run. Right now, again, that's a bold prediction, but just based off history, based off data, I think that we definitely could reach 150, maybe 200,000 in Bitcoin, throughout this bull cycle, right? Which is probably going to last another year, right? We still have around 12 months to go, 12, maybe 18 months to go for this entire bull run to continue to run here for Bitcoin. We really haven't even broken out yet after the halving. Like we haven't even got the real parabolic move yet, post halving, right? We're still stuck in this range that we've been stuck in for the past 2 months here for Bitcoin. So once we do finally start to break out and the effect of the halving truly starts to kick in, then yeah, I would be shocked if we don't reach 150, maybe 200K for Bitcoin. Right now, again, it could be very, that's a bold prediction, depending on who you ask, but I'm not just making the prediction just randomly, right? It's usually backed by data, anything that I normally say in terms of crypto, so only time will tell to see if I'm actually going to be right on that or not. Okay. So let's see what else we got here, though, family. Again, I am going to be analyzing gold. I'm going to be looking at the Nasdaq to see what we actually get today. We are about 10 seconds out, guys, here from the open. Let's see on the open what the markets end up doing and see if there's some opportunity for us. Seeing if there's some opportunity that we could take advantage of for sure. All right, let me see what you guys talking about in the chat. Appreciate you, bro. You are always positioned yourself to help others master this skill. Of course, man. That's what I'm here for, man. All right, so we did get the open. Let's see what we got here. We are starting to spike up here on the Nasdaq. Honestly, all indices are looking like they're starting to push up here on the open. What's gold doing? Gold itself is also just playing around this key level that I had told you guys, right? I had said that price could react off of this 2317 level because it is a level of structure, that we can play off of, or we can go ahead and, in my opinion, just go ahead and create, another low, right? Because essentially, if we're going to stay within this choppiness that we've been in, in my opinion, the best thing might be to go ahead and search for lower pricing down here into the 2310 levels, right? So we'll see what the market does, man. If this thing does end up pushing up off of this support, that's cool. We'll see how we react off these highs, right? We'll see how we play off of the 2326, because if we do end up breaking out and we get above that, then that's probably the opportunity to go ahead and start looking for some buys and then target up to the 2340s or so. So we'll see what this market does give us, see what the market plays out. Again, the first 5 minutes of the open I typically don't play. I let that just go ahead and do its thing because the markets could be very wild in the first 5 minutes of the open. So I'm not in a rush. I'm chilling. As you guys could tell, yesterday we were super energetic. Right, I was going crazy yesterday. You know what, family? I got to talk to y'all real quick, man. Cause y'all be letting me act a fool sometimes, and I be wondering why. Right? Because yesterday we had a good time. But I rewatched some of the stream, right? Because I'm trying to get some clips from all these streams that we can get, right? Some polarizing clips that I can drop. And I was like, damn, Abel, you was really going crazy yesterday, right? So I was acting a fool yesterday, man. Not crazy. I've been worse, right? Especially when I'm sipping on some wine. I've done crazier stuff here on stream. But yeah, I was acting a little crazy yesterday, man. So today I'm going to be a little bit more mellow. I'm still going to be high energy. We're still going to be vibing out to some good music, as you guys can see. But I'm definitely going to be a little bit more mellow. I'm trying to have a balance of super energetic, super entertaining. But also I want to really focus on education more than anything, right? And just straight live trading and get into the bag. So so we going to play this stuff out, man. Let's see. Don't listen to him. The name from when I was like 13. Is Prophet Society still a thing? The Prophet Society is still a thing, but now it's taken over by my little bro Kyle. right? My little bro Kyle is actually the one running it now. I did end up separating myself from the platform. And a big reason, whether you guys believe it or not, you guys can ask the boys and they'll tell you. A big reason why I decided to separate myself was because my vision was starting to, steer a different direction. I really wanted to come on YouTube and truly build a massive community here on YouTube and leverage this platform to build my brand and build my credibility even more. So you guys, y'all in the chat played a big role in me actually wanting to separate myself, and so that's pretty much where it's at. The Prophet Society still is a thing though, right? My little bro Kyle, he revamped some things, changed some things around, created a new offer, and I hope that thing succeeds for him, and I hope it does continue to be a multi six-figure business. We ended up doing really well as a first-year business for the Prophet Society. We ended up doing some good numbers, some decent numbers. But I just seen a little different vision, man. Before we even went live with the Prophet Society, right? Like before we even accepted our first student in there, right, in the trade room, I was always the biggest one telling people like, yo, we got to do something with YouTube. We got to do something with YouTube. We got to do something with YouTube. My whole thing is, even before we accepted a student in the Prophet Society, I was like, yo, why don't we just stream live on YouTube? Right? And then just give people extra benefits for joining the community. But everybody shut me down. So I was kind of like, had to deal with what they wanted because I was outvoted. But after a year, I'm like, man, I got to go back to YouTube, right? Because I truly do like YouTube. I love the platform. I love the discoverability it gives me, right? It allows me to reach a lot more people. It allows me to impact a lot more people for free because you guys are not paying for this. And that's really my goal, right? It's never really about the money. I love making money. Trust me, who doesn't, right? Especially from teaching and educating. But it's never about the money, man. It's really about the impact, and it's really about just being able to spread my value to a large audience as soon as possible, right? So that's really what it is, man. Let's see what's going on, Daquan. Appreciate you, my brother. We got Mr. Paulson in the building. Appreciate you as well, fam. Been subscribed for a while. I definitely appreciate that. It means a lot to me. It really does. We got Omar in the building. Naz buys. It's possible, bro. I mean, we're seeing a decent reaction here now, right? We ended up getting a nice 5-minute engulfing, a nice 5-minute closure here on the open with a lot of volume. But this volume could be obviously just because the market opened up itself, the stock market. And there's the thing about it. I mean, I said this earlier. I'm not opposed to looking for possible buys, but like this thing was super aggressive, on the, even before the open. And I'm trying to figure out, why did we sell off this aggressively right before the actual open, right? Because more times than not, there is a possibility where we could see the market bounce off here. I mean, it could be worth a stab, right? It could be worth a stab to see if we could maybe, ride a move back to the upside. But we've seen a lot of selling pressure, man. And I'm trying to figure out, okay, why did we see so much selling pressure before the open here? Right? What is the market essentially trying to tell me? Right? What is the market trying to tell us? So again, it could be worth a stab to try to buy this up. We did get a nice little 5-minute engulfing, off of this support. We are at a level of structure as it is, so we could see this bounce up. I don't know. I don't know if I want to go ahead and put some risk on it, right? We could see it, but there's also that possibility where we just continue to drop. All right, and that's what has me a little worried. Just because again, we already seen so much selling pressure even before real volatility entered the market. But again, it's up to you, right, Omar? I know whatever you like, my brother, you're gonna take it. The fact that you even said Naz buys in the chat, I'm pretty sure you already took the trade and then asked the question, right? If I know you well. So yeah, man, definitely ride that out, and hopefully you can make a lot of money off that, man. Hopefully you can ride that out to the upside if you are in it. All right. So, but I think I know you well enough, man. If you ask that question, you normally are already in that position. So, so hopefully that continues to ride for you, man. But let's see what we got here. Sent a notification about taking outside, but love that I'll be here every day. The old boot camps still get played every so often. You have blessed my life. I appreciate that so much, man. Can you speak on key levels and psychology levels and how to identify them? Yeah, that's a good question, right? We can definitely get into that for sure. We can definitely get that for sure. Let me just finish the rest of these comments. What time does the New York market open in the Indices times, please? So the New York market opens at 9. New York opens at 8 a.m. Eastern. Like the New York session is at 8 a.m. Eastern, right? But the New York Open, the stock exchange open, is at 9:30 a.m. Eastern, right? So New York session itself is at 8 o'clock, but the open, that most people, when you hear people say, oh, the open, the stock market or the New York session open, that's usually referring to more so the stock market, and that's at 9:30, right? So literally 8 minutes ago, the stock market opened up, and now a lot of money starts to flow into these markets, right? A lot, especially the indices that we look at. And that's why people trade around 9:30, right? Because of that added volatility, especially if you are, if you know what you're looking at, you want to take advantage of that volatility, right? Volatility, guys, is a professional trader's best friend, right? If you know what you're doing. So, all right, let's see what else we got here. Did Skag leave? Skag did leave too. I think, yeah, Skag left as well, man. And I'll let him explain why he left, but it's gonna be similar as to what I was referring to, and besides like the wanting to do YouTube part. Skag just wanted to do his own thing. He didn't want to be there without, essentially, I don't want to say without me in it, but I mean that's a fact, right? He just rather do his own thing instead of it being a two-man show, all right? But you guys can definitely ask him for clarification. Let's see. So no hard feelings, any direction? Nah, hell nah, right? I mean, I've still, even now I'm showing love, right? Yesterday I sent everybody here on stream to Skag stream, right? On Monday I sent everybody to Kyle stream on Monday, right? So that's the best thing about it. We left, everybody's good. We left, everybody still has love. Those are still my brothers, right? I've known Skag since I started trading, right? Since 2015 I've known Skags, right? I've known Kyle for like 4 or 5 years now too. That's my little bro. I literally seen Kyle grow up in this niche. Like I seen him go from being a 16, 15-year-old to now being 20, 21 years old, right? So those are still my guys, right? It's always going to be love no matter what, right? So it's always good, man. It's good energy. It's just differences in how we want to see our brands grow, man. That's all it is. But let's see what we got here. Free zone in the building, sending a chart markup. Let's see what you got. Hey, that gold actually don't look bad, bro. That gold don't look too bad, man. We'll have to see what the market does give us, but that gold doesn't look too bad, right? I like the fact that we did sweep the lows initially. Seen a nice strong move back up to the upside, took out these little internal range highs. We've been very choppy correction back down, and around that 2300 level could produce something. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what the markets do give us. But let's go take a look at gold. What is gold actually doing right now? Yeah, I mean, gold is still just chilling, man. Gold is literally just chilling right now. Going super choppy, man. These are, again, like I said earlier, family, right? If you are a trend trader and you're trying to find a nice trend that we can ride out, these are the markets that are super annoying to trade in, right? Super choppy, slow moving, back and forth type of markets, especially when we're trading on a smaller time frame, when we're getting, breaks of structure that can possibly give us an entry that don't work out, and then we get a break, and then yeah, these markets are very, very trash if you're a trend trader, right? Trying to find a nice long position to hold. And that's just the reality, right? It is what it is, though. But let's see what we got here. Yes, sir. I took it at 9:29. Yeah, Omar. I knew if you sent it in the chat, Omar, more times than now, you're already in that bad boy. Let's see. Please hit the likes, family, and share. Let's support this brother getting us to the bag. I appreciate that, George. Let's see. I appreciate you so much, Abel. I've always believed in your vision, and to be honest, your first logo you created, Wealthy Visions, I still have on my phone as a wallpaper since 2019. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. That is amazing. And you gonna make me cry. Come on, man. Don't make me cry right now. Don't do that to me. I already be looking like a fool sometimes on stream. Don't get me crying, man. No, I appreciate that so much. That actually means a lot to me, right? That you're willing to have my logo and on your screen for however long you have it. That just, hopefully that means I made an impact somewhere in your life, man. But I do appreciate you so much for that. Thank you. It means a lot. Let's see what we got here. Bro, what's this song? I like the remix. I think you're talking about which one? The Blue Party song? That's like the last one I think we were playing. But yeah, that's like that's this song right here is gonna be the song, guys. Whenever we make money and we actually catch a winning trade that doesn't freaking hit us at break even or give us a short loss, this is gonna be our theme song right here. Right, like this song was literally made to be a song that we play during after we win. Like literally, like the guy that made it, Tyrone, he made this for when we called out winning trades when we were trading on DeLorean. Like that's literally the purpose of it. That's why it's called Blue Party. Like, it's literally called Blue Party, right? We're throwing a blue party because we just won, all right? So this is gonna be our winner's song, right? Whenever we can get a nice win in the markets, we're gonna go ahead and rock out. We're gonna vibe out to this song and just have a little good time. All right, so let's see what we got here. They won't let me log in to take profit. Yeah, you better hit them up ASAP, bro. This is stop playing because you close to getting funded. They better stop playing. You right there, bro. You right there to go ahead and get funded, and now they try and play with your money. Hell nah. Hit them up immediately. Let's see how we send markups to you. I don't think you're able to set it in the chat unless you are a moderator. But what you can do is you can join the Discord. If you're not in the Discord just yet, I'll go ahead and send the link in the chat real quick. Let me see what we got here. Yeah, you can go ahead and click on this link right here with WAP. Enroll, sign up for Discord access. Go ahead and join the Discord. And in my Discord itself, man, I have a section that says trade markups, right here. Right, I have a section right here. Shout out to Free Zone sending in a markup right here. And I'll be able to analyze any markup you guys have right here in real time with y'all, right? So make sure to join the Discord under the Traders Lounge, trade markups. Go ahead and send all your markups in here, and we'll be able to look at them together, right? And see if you guys see, man, because you guys might see something that I don't see, right? Again, I'm really hyper focused on two things, right? Gold and the Nasdaq. Right, and then maybe some other indices, right? But if you guys are trading anything else, right, it doesn't matter whether it's Forex or futures, right? If you're trading a GJ and you got a beautiful setup on GJ, send that shit in the chat. Let me take a look at it, right? I want to see what it is. I'm still trading both Forex and futures, right? And same thing for anything, right? So, but that's the best way to do it. Join the Discord, and we'll be able to take a look at it for sure. Let's see. Shout out to Blown Account or Lambo Money. What is going on? I appreciate you. Let's see, the Akon one. I don't think I even played Akon. Which one was it? Body on Me, maybe? We'll see. When it plays again, let me know which song it is. Let's see, Tyrone has changed from Delos to another 100 different ways. I mean, he's very knowledgeable, man. Like, Tyrone's been in the game for a minute. I have a bunch of different, strategies also that I can implement, right? I try to keep things simple nowadays. I'm all about simplicity. That was literally what people used to call me back in the days. It was Mr. Simplicity. Because even though I know a lot of different strategies, like I could trade harmonics, I could trade Elliott waves, I could trade smart money concepts, right? I could trade very simple, basic, just raw market structure and price action. I could trade with what I've been trading lately, which is like, smart money, structure mixed with moving average confluence, right? Like I could trade so many different ways. But I'm all about simplicity, right? I realize with trading, guys, it's not about having the most advanced, the most complex strategy. Like that's not what you want to aim for, right? Just to say, oh, bro, I trade the this cross with that cross using the depth of markets and then the footprints and all that. Like that's cool, but like, bro, like hell nah. I perform a lot better when everything is simple. Right, when I'm using simplicity to my advantage, right, when I'm not overcomplicating things, I keep the basics in the forefront. Like that's when I usually perform the best. All right, so it'd be like that. Let's see. He just uses AGB, which is easier. He was trading D-Low from Blue Waves. That's way harder. Hey, I mean, shout out to my bro Drew. Drew literally damn near learned almost everything Tyrone teaches. All right, so he's speaking from experience, right? Like he's been crushing it as well, doing that, man. Taking a lot of his ideologies and making it into his own. And it's dope. It's dope. But family, can I get one favor out of you guys real quick? You guys know what the favor is, man. Go ahead and smash that like button one time for your boy. Smash the like button one time for your boy. I do appreciate you guys so much for doing it. It means a lot to me. It definitely helps the channel out like crazy. All right, so let me see what we got here, family. The Nasdaq did bounce off, man. Omar, you are eating right now, Omar. If you took those buys, bro, holy moly, you are eating right now, Omar. Omar, you took it at 929 too, so you took it like right before the open, so you up a good 200 points. Is that real or am I tripping? You catching a bag, bro. Holy moly, let's go. Eat, my brother. I love to see everybody win and eat, man. All right, so let's see what we got here. Abel, do you still use the 50 EMA or volume or just pure smart money, no indicator? So I don't trade I mean, this is the thing. I could trade either or, all right? Like I could trade no indicators, just solely structure, smart money concepts, and all that good stuff. And I do use all that stuff, right? But I always prefer to have volume and a moving average on my chart, which is what you guys see. I've been able to incorporate volume a lot more into my strategy over the past year and a half to 2 years. This is because, to be honest, family, like if you're trading price action without volume, then I think you're doing yourself a disservice, right? Because the relationship with price and volume is honestly one of the most telling things that the market can give us, right? So I definitely use volume, which is why you see it on the bottom of the chart. But I also have the 50 period moving average, and on my other screen, right, that you guys can't see, I also have the 13 period moving average as well, which is what I consider my trigger line, right? My trigger line, right? That trigger line is what I really use to really identify entries when I'm in a trend, right? When I'm in a trend, I literally wait for a pullback, and then on a close above or below my trigger line all day. That's just such a simple trade idea, simple strategy to trade that anybody can use and really capitalize off of for sure, right? But yeah, I don't trade solely naked charts. But I still, obviously, I'm able to if I really wanted to. I just don't, right? It's just a lot easier to to use these moving averages and volume and compare all of them. But let's see. Love, I'm in the Discord. Does anyone trade during London? That's a good question, family. Does any of you guys trade during London? Right? Does any of you guys trade during London session? That's actually a very good question because I know I do. My butt is sleeping during London. I'm butt naked sleep. I'm not butt naked, but I'm sleeping in the bed next to wifey. Knock the hell out. Right? We out. Right? I used to wake up to trade for London back in the day, like 6 years ago. But nah, I'd rather stick to New York session. Get a nice little sleepy. Wake up refreshed, and then clock in for work here with you guys. All right, so let's see what we got here. Do you still think the sentiment for the dollar is dovish? That's a good question, right? So when we're talking about sentiment and dovish, right? Dovish, we have to understand what dovish really means, right? When you hear the terminology dovish or hawkish, right, that is referring to what the sentiment on the Fed is based on interest rates, more than not, right? More than not. If we are dovish, that means that the Federal Reserve is more so leaning towards cutting rates. They're closer to cutting rates than they are actually raising rates, right? So dovish, rates go down. Hawkish, rates are expected to go up. Right, we don't have a hawkish Fed no more, right? We had a hawkish Fed the past 2 years when inflation was going crazy. Now we're at a standstill. We're like at the medium point, right? We're not necessarily more so dovish, more so hawkish. We're like in the middle, but we are starting to lean on the dovish side, right? Especially with what Jerome Powell said last week and his tone last week, which was also supported by NFP of last week. We're leaning towards more dovish than we are hawkish, right? So but in terms of the dollar index, see, now we can be either bullish or bearish, right? That's the right terminology we really want to use, right? So we're not, getting no confusion, right? So with a dovish leaning Fed, right? That is more so bearish the dollar. Okay, a dovish Fed leans towards more of a bearish dollar, right? So to answer your question, right, I do believe we could experience more downside eventually here on the dollar. Right now, in order for us to truly get there, I mean, we did just see a nice strong move here from last week, lower. In order for us to do that, we just got to see another fresh low. Right. But the thing that I've always talked about with the dollar, especially this week, is are we eventually going to take out these highs first before we go ahead and actually see this bigger sell-off that I think is eventually going to happen? Who knows, right? I'm not a fortune teller, all right? Obviously, we have these equal highs that are showing that there's possible liquidity up here that the market might want to go ahead and target. Again, when we have areas of liquidity like this, right, where we clearly have a lot of sells that were placed up here at these highs, I think there's more times than not the market is going to want to grab that liquidity, right? But again, we have to see what the market gives us, man. I am leaning towards a bearish dollar long term for this year. But as of right now, we got to just see what the market does. All right, let's see. That's how I get war zones. Let's see. I wish I could wake up for London. I know, right? If I could, I mean, I could. I just choose not to. Let's see. I trade London is 3 p.m. for me then. Okay, Kevin, where are you located, Kevin? London is 3 p.m. for you, right? I'm guessing what? I mean, we have a lot of people from Australia that be popping in the chat. So, are you from Australia or something? That you can trade London at 3 p.m. Right? Where are you at? Let's see. You said this song. So that song that just played, is it the Coach I'm Red? It's not the Coach I'm Red, right? The song that just played is called Body on Me by the same guy, right? All these songs are by Tyrone right now that we're playing, right? But that song is called Body on Me, by Neon Effects. All right, let's see. I'm from London and I still asleep. I'm still asleep at London Open. So you're still sleeping. What is it? 8 o'clock over there, the London Open for you then? 8 a.m. It's like essentially when we go live here for me. Let's see. What's going on, Tony? We got my guy Tony in the building. Shout out to Mr. Tony. Shout out to you, my brother. Shout out to all your mom, brother. Tony, how you feeling about your football team over there, man? How you feeling about your football team this year, bro? Talk to me, man. Talk to me, man. I want to hear your thoughts, man. How you feeling about your football team over here? Are you feeling positive? You optimistic about what the chances are? Or what's up? Are we winning the Super Bowl? Like, talk to me. I see. I work third shift, Tennessee, working AI and Al. Okay. You out there in Tennessee, bro? Tennessee is really not that far from me, bro. I'm over here in North Carolina, not Charlotte. I'm in Raleigh, but Tennessee ain't that far. I actually like going to Tennessee, right? I brought my wife to Tennessee for, I think it was Mother's Day, like a couple years ago. It's for your birthday? Yeah, I like going to Tennessee, man. I like popping out to the mountains, and just vibing out there. It's a good energy, good vibes. Let's see. Any chance you can check Barkley, please? Barkley, are you talk Barkley as in what? Barkley the Banks? Like, like give me a little bit more context, Metal. What exactly you want me to look at for Barkley? All right, Barkley PLC. Is this what it is? Barkley's PLC. You talking about the stock? Let's see. I mean, this thing has been bullish all year, essentially. This thing has been flying all year. This thing's been flying all year. I mean, did you see all these gaps, though? All these gaps just show there's so much of a lack of liquidity, though, in this pair. Or in this, not even a pair, but in this stock right here. But this thing has been pretty solid to the upside, over the past year. Now we are starting to reach into an area where, we could see, possible sell-offs, though. And the only reason why I even say that is because just looking at what price has done, we essentially ended up running this high up here, above this trend line, grab that, and that's what really caused a massive sell-off, right? Like, we really started to short up here above the 10, 11, $12 or so. So there's always that chance that, we could see, it doesn't necessarily have to create like a whole new low, but there's always that chance that we could see the market maybe pull back a little bit off of these highs. But I don't really trade stocks, so just not too much volume for me. Not enough volume, at least. All right, let's see what we got here from Bali. You know what's crazy, Kevin, man? I want to bring my wife to Bali so bad. In fact, I'm gonna make that my mission this year. Right? I want to go to Bali this year. Right? I really, really want to go out there, man. It's such a vibe. It's so good energy, man. It's like you're one with the nature. It's like you're at a Zen moment when you're out there. I can only imagine. So I might be out there very soon with you, Kev. So, hey, man, if you're still in the community, when I decide to go, bro, I would love to link up with everybody that's in the community out there. Have some good time. That'll be so lit. That'll be so lit. Let's see, maybe I should say get up for London. It's tough for me to get up. I could pretty much trade all sessions, Asian in the morning, midday London, and nighttime New York. Yeah, you really could. That is a crazy time, no lie. You could literally trade all times. And it's all still great times and still get a great night's sleep. Like, what? Like, how can you argue that, right? Let's see, we are winning this year. Definitely they robbed us last year. No, they definitely robbed us last year. Right, but this year is going to be crazy. Right, this year is going to be insane, for our team. So I have very high hopes for us. It's going to be absolutely crazy. All right, let's see. Where is Bali? Bali is in Thailand. All right, Bali is in, I believe it's Thailand. It should be Thailand. I know I'm not tripping. Am I tripping? Indonesia, actually. Am I tripping? Why did I think Bali was in Thailand? Ugh, I'm tripping, fam. Bali, Indonesia. I'm tripping, man. But either way, Bali is still, everything I said about Bali is the same thing, though. Like, look at this. Like, it's like you're one with the nature out there. Like, I've seen people go to Bali, and this is the picture right here that you see everybody post, right? And these things right here. Like, these little, like this right here. Like, this is crazy. Like, I see everybody taking, they have a photo op right here. It's like this gotta be like the go-to spot for content out there. Like, just in these, like, places like this, man. So yeah, I still want to go to Bali. I want to go to Thailand. I want to go to I want to go to China. I want to go, not China. I want to go to Japan. I wouldn't mind China. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to a lot of places, man. I want to go to a lot of places. I ain't gonna lie. Let's see. That's a beautiful spot. It is, and I'm pretty sure it's pretty cheap, right? You know what's crazy? Like, really traveling overseas, besides the flights be the most expensive things, right? But actually being out in like Bali or Thailand or Japan, right? Like, all these places are actually very, very cheap, right? The most expensive thing is just getting there, right? But once you're out there, like, boy, you could live like a king. You could live like a king out there, right? Because mostly everything is extremely, extremely cheap out there in most of those places. So it's gonna be lit. It's gonna be lit. All right, so let's see what we got here, family. I'm still watching this gold, man. Gold is just, it's still reacting off of this, again, 2316, 2317 level right now. Not necessarily really doing much, though, right? Just chilling right now. Not really doing much. Going back and forth. You know, we got to see what the markets do give us, you know, see if we can get a solid opportunity. But as of right now, I'm really not seeing much just yet. You know, it's just going super choppy, just going back and forth. And again, I'm not in a, I'm be honest, you know, I'm definitely trying to find some opportunities to get involved, but I'm also just chilling as well. You know, not really, you know, rushing much. Trip. Boop, 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 bada, boom, boom. So we'll see, man. We'll see if the market can give us a play here. Give me 1 second, family. Give me 1 second. All right, let me see. We back. Let me see what we get today. Yeah. Yeah, gold is moving. What's the NASDAQ? The NASDAQ is still going. Oh my goodness. Omar, if you took that, boy. Oof, you are cooking right now, bro. You are cooking right now, bro. This dude is cooking. D-Lo make it drip. Boy, it's cooking. Cap 100 pips. Cap 100 pips. D-Lo make it drip. Let's see. We are going to a few games this year. We have to, bro. I know we said last year that we were going to go to a few games, man. But this year we like have to truly make it a commitment to link up together. I mean, how many other Baltimore Ravens fans we got in the building, family? I know a lot of y'all rock with Lamar. Right? Lamar's the GOAT. I know. But how many Baltimore Ravens fans we got in the building? And if you're not a Baltimore Ravens fan, for one, you're a hater. And then for two, let me know what teams you rock with in the chat. If you're a Steelers fan, you might as well not even talk. I'm not even going to lie, though. You might as well not even talk. I'm just being honest. All right, I'm just being honest, right? So again, any Ravens fans in the building, let me know. And if you're not, like I said, you're a hater. But two, you know, go ahead and drop any, you know, your favorite football team in the chat. And I'm talking about American football, by the way, for all my people overseas. All right, I say, what's your favorite football team? And then we got people saying Arsenal. We got people saying Real Madrid. Let's see. Let's see what we got here, though. Trying to smoke that Thai pack. That Thai pack is probably crazy. That Thai pack will probably have you stuck all day. You know what? You know who? When I went to Barcelona. All right, shout out to Spain. Right, I went to Spain, Barcelona. I went to Barcelona, Spain. And they have like, you know how there's coffee shops, they have weed shops out there, right, where you can literally pull up, buy the weed, and smoke right there in the shop and just have a good time, right? They got some gas out there in Barcelona. Like Barcelona got some gas, boy. Talk about being stuck for hours. Holy moly. Holy moly, they got some gas. If we talk about like the best smoke that I've smoked so far in terms of like outside of the US, Barcelona got some gas, right? London, I mean, I smoked in London a little bit. It wasn't the best. It was kind of mid. I ain't gonna lie, they had some mid out there, but it was cool. But Barcelona got some gas, and they got cool little weed shops, man. Like imagine a coffee shop, but they just sell and offer you a place to just do your thing at. It's kind of crazy. All right, 10:03 gang in the building, family. It is 10:03, guys. Go ahead and drop a 10:03 in the chat real quick. Go ahead and drop a 10:03 in the chat really, really quick. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeehaw! 10:03 in the chat, baby. 10:03 gang, stand up. Let's get it. It's officially 10:03, man. Let's see. That is the funniest thing. 10:03, right? Big 10:03 gang in the chat. Come on now. Let's see if this 10:03 can give us an opportunity somewhere around this time. I mean, gold is still trying to bounce off of this support, man. It really is. 10:03 is yo. My thing is like all week we've been trying to find entries because again, I like riding trends, right? All week we've been trying to find entries, and they just keep on either getting stopped out or break even, or they don't do nothing, right? So it's like, bro, if I take another entry today. Like, are we actually going to finally break out, or are we just going to stay choppy again, bro? Like, for that, I might as well turn into a scalper this week the way these markets been. We gotta see what's going on with this, man. We gotta see what these markets do. Let me see what you guys are talking about, man. US 30 buys. Let's see what you're talking about. Local urban in the building. US 30 buy skis. I mean, it already was moving. Were you able to get a buy on US 30 already? Or are you still looking for more buys on US 30? Because, I mean, these indices have been pushing higher. I'm not even going to lie. They have been pushing to the upside. So it's possible that we do continue to the upside here for US 30. Especially off of this. I mean, look at this strong closure that we got, right? We ended up breaking this range right here, right? Took out internal range liquidity. Engulfed back up to the upside here on the 1 hour time frame. Strong engulfing with, obviously a lot of volume because that's the open. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, man. I think I'm chilling on indices though. Again, these things are just looking like they might just really, really remain super choppy, which is annoying. All right, let's see what we got here. I know it's gas. I had a Thai coworker. He used to show me mad picks, hella streams. Oh yeah, it's crazy over there. Steeler Nation. Oh, Macau, and I was just liking you too. Oh man, I'm trying to catch up with the chat guys too, but. Come on, Macau. I was liking you until you said Steeler Nation, man. Now I might have to ban you, unfortunately. Damn. I might have to put you in timeout. I could actually put users in timeout. I'm sorry, man, but you might have to go in timeout for that. Nah, I'm playing. Listen, you can like who you like, but Steelers been our little bros. They've been our little bros for a while now, so we good. Let's see, 49ers gonna win this year. That's tough. That's tough. The Rams, the Cowboys. Holy moly, Terso! It's been a rough 20 years for you rocking with the Cowboys. I'm not even gonna lie, it's been a rough past 2 decades rocking with the Cowboys. Just being honest. Let's see. So it's Amsterdam, and I don't smoke, but you can puff past at the coffee shops. Yeah, Amsterdam is just known. Amsterdam was like honestly one of the most. That Amsterdam been around for so long as like the spot to go to. Like, that's a spot that I would love to go to and just experience the culture and the vibes out there, right? Because that's really, like, a part of their culture. Amsterdam. It's good energy over there. Let's see, Skaggs yesterday, yep, it's done funny, right? I talked to Skaggs after the calls yesterday, and he was like, I didn't know what the hell that was, bro. He's like, but shout out to the 10:03 game. He was showing y'all love yesterday. Let's see, you're in at 38,903? 38,903. Oh, you got a good entry then. 38,909. Oh, you're looking at it. Hold on. Let me switch over here. 38,903. Are you in it for a sell? You said you're a buy, right? You might be in a little bit of drawdown. If you took it for the buy and you got in up here, and this is based off of, obviously the CFD feed pricing. He might be in a little bit of drawdown, but trust your analysis if anything. I only say that because, again, when I look at it from YM, right, which is the futures exchange pricing, like this pricing is completely different than the actual USD CFD pricing, right? Like if we look at current price for US30 here on the CFD side, this is at 38,868. If we look at it from futures pricing, this thing is at already 39,015, right? So the pricings is a little different, guys, and that's something we do got to be aware of, especially since I'm predominantly looking at it on stream from a futures standpoint. We gotta be aware that these price points are gonna be a little different. Whether we're looking for CFDs or futures. But hopefully that runs for you, man. Hopefully you can go back and hopefully you can make some money on that. Let's see. Been rocking with you for years, so you can. I'm gonna let you rock. Now. Like I said, man, it's cool. Let's see. Ask as a Lion. You must be just from Detroit, huh? That's the reason why you like the Lions? Because there's no way anybody outside of Detroit actually likes the Lions. Like, there's just no way. I highly doubt that anybody outside of Detroit, right? People that are from Detroit, or at least Michigan as a whole, like the Lions. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't think you'll ever find somebody in another state that has never been to Michigan that likes the Lions. I'm just saying. You said the Bears? Yeah. I mean, the Bears, man, they've been having, the Bears really have never won ever. But shout out to the Bears, man. Let's see, in ETH buys? You was buying Ethereum? Okay. From these little low skis? That's not bad. That's a nice little move, man. Nice little move right there. Let's see, you from Flint, Michigan? Yeah, I figured. You had to. You had to. I knew you were from Michigan, like in the damn Lions. Let's see, made 1% today? Oh my god, fam. Let's go ahead and drop a round of applause real quick for the boy Devin. Come on now, bro. Let's go. Come on now. Yeah. Let's get it. Big shout out to you, bro. Come on, I love it, man. You know what it hits? Again, for some of y'all, right? Especially those you guys that are actually, I know personally, right? That I've literally seen the process and the journey that you went through. Like, it really hits different when I see y'all, are seeing some wins and getting payouts and just succeeding, right? Like, Devin is one of those that, again, I know him personally, right? Like literally known him real life, right? Because he was a part of my team and we always used to link up. I ended up going out to Michigan, throwing an event with him, a couple years ago, right? Yo, Devin, remember when we threw an event on the highest, literally the penthouse? We ended up getting I don't know if you guys ever been to Michigan, or Detroit, but they have this governor's suite in Detroit, right? And it's the craziest suite in the world, right? It's nuts. It's super tall building. Right, it's like the GM building out there. All right, it's what is the GM building? GM building in Detroit. Right, we ended up renting out, the entire top floor, right, of this suite right here, right? Where are we at? Come on, give me my images. All right, we're literally at the tippity top. Literally at the tippity top. Right, you couldn't go no higher. We ended up renting out the entire penthouse up here, right, to do an event. And it was pretty dope, man. We had that suite literally for 3 days. It was extremely expensive, by the way. But you could literally see everything up here, right? And we had such a good time. It's crazy too, because Canada is literally so close. I didn't know how close Canada actually was from Michigan. Canada is dead ass right across the river. Right, so we can literally see damn near a whole bunch of Canada from literally the top floor. Literally all the way up there. It was a governor's suite. And we ended up getting, it was 3 rooms combined. It had also a big ass conference room there too. It was dope, man. So yeah, so again, moral of the story, it definitely hits different when I see people like Devin, just continuously working, improving, getting better, getting paid, making money. So I'm always going to shout out my brother whenever he's, showing results and stuff. So absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. That's the end. The fact you did it in front of your brother. Even better, bro. Go ahead and and inspire other people, bro. Show them what's possible, man. Let's see. I hate the Lions. Go Bears. Go Ducks. And go Blue Devils. Let's see. It was solely. That room was insane. Honestly, that might have been one of the coolest penthouses or rooms that we ever booked. Honestly, that was pretty lit. Let's see. 10:07 checking in. Was 4 minutes late. God, I'm so bad. Yeah, you're kind of over. We should have. It would have hit different, bro, if you actually said it at 10:07. But big shout out to the boy Skags. Definitely appreciate you coming in on the check-in, bro, for sure. So. But yeah, family, we still vibing, man. We still watching this stuff, man. Seeing what the markets do. Again, I just have a feeling, man, just based on the way these market been running all week, I think this thing is just gonna stay super choppy here for gold. I don't really expect too much movement at all, and that sucks, right? But in terms of indices, man, the Nasdaq did give a crazy move to the upside here, man. Shout out to Omar. I think Friezo might have got into this as well. You guys ate crazy off of this nice little spike here off of the Nasdaq. Hopefully it can continue to run for y'all, man. Hopefully it can continue to run for y'all, and yeah, you guys make a lot of money off of that. Hopefully, right? God willing, you guys can get paid off of that. That'll be fire. Fee. That'll be dope. All right, so let's see what we got here, man. We're still watching gold. Still watching it. I want to see what the markets give us, but yeah, super slow moving. So slow moving markets today. You dancing? Let's see. Morning to the fan. Shout out to that boy Jonathan Rubio in the building. Right. That's my. You might be honestly, Jonathan. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I know we haven't chopped it up in a minute, but you somebody else, bro, that I literally seen go through the process and the journey. We met up, we linked in person, we met up numerous times, bro. I went out to LA, to rock out with you and the rest of the community out there that we had out there in Cali. It was dope. And good vibes. Yeah, big shout out to Jonathan, man. Honestly, might be one of my favorite California people. Even though I think he drove like an hour, 2 hours to get to where we were, but big shout out to you, bro. Let's see, just jumped in the Nas sell, maybe just a scalp. Hey, it could be. These markets been super choppy. So it could give you a little move here. We did sweep this little pause in the market right here, little pause, maybe reacted back bearish. Maybe you can get a couple little points out of that. See what we get from this though. Let's see what else we get here. I mean, family, what else are you guys looking at, man? Because honestly, I'm chilling, man. Like, I'm really, as you guys could tell, man, this week has just really turned me off so far. What's today, actually? Oh, today's Wednesday, so we still got tomorrow, too. Let's go. Yeah, this week has turned me off a little bit, man, because it's just been so choppy, so annoying to trade. Right, like, I'm really not a fan of trading this because, again, my mindset is not set to be a scalper right now. Like, I'm still looking for nice long moves, but these markets are not producing us nice solid moves that are actually holding. It's just not. Right, like, so I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling right now. I might not take a trade unless something smacks me in the face. Just being honest, right? I might not take anything unless something smacks me in the face. And then we might take some, but I'm chilling right now. I'm chilling. So hopefully you guys just like, my company, because I don't know if I'll do anything today. Let's see, look for a GU pullback after yesterday. 3% up in my account. Let's go. Round of applause, man. Round of applause for the boy. Let's go. That boy up 3%. Made 3% yesterday alone? Come on now, Jonathan. Talk to us nice, bro. Let's go, man. Big shout out to you, my brother. Go ahead. Keep running it up, man. Bitty. Bounce. And I hope the family's doing good as well, my bro. Oh, hopefully the kids are doing phenomenal, Jonathan. Let's see what we got here. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Yeah, yeah. What's YM doing? What's US 30? US 30 still chilling a little bit. Markets are still chilling a little bit. Gold is chilling. Man, let me take a look at 6E, right? I might as well take a look at, the euro and the pound and the yen and the Aussie. Let me just take a look. Even though I have not looked at these all week. Let me see what we're looking at here. What we got here, right? So 6E1, this is the equivalent of Euro USD for anybody that's trading Forex, right? 6E is the equivalent to Euro USD, right? You don't believe me? Well, look at this is 6E. This is Euro USD. Damn near the exact same thing. Well, it is the exact same thing, right? So if you look at me and you see 6E, right, that is essentially just Euro USD, okay? So let's see what we got here, man. What do we got here for Euro USD, right? What do we got here? How do I feel, right? This look like it want to go higher. I ain't gonna lie. This look like it want to go higher here. This look like it might want to go higher to the upside. Oh yeah, dude. Let's see. We just seen the market sweep these lows last night too for London session. Swept the lows during London. Nice strong move back up to the upside here. We did correct back down, created our first higher low, starting to buy, create another higher high. Yeah, I think this does continue to now make its way higher here, which tells me the dollar is probably going to continue to drop then, right? If 6E does continue to go higher, then the dollar is dropping, and that means gold could possibly continue to higher now, right? We might see gold really continue. We might see indices continue, because if the dollar does drop, which is what it looks like as of right now, it might want to do. All right, this looks like we could start to see a correction. I think gold definitely has more room to the upside, and the Nasdaq as well probably has room to the upside. But 6E doesn't look too bad, man. This actually looks very interesting at these levels. This again, seeing what price action has done. Let me see. Yeah, this actually don't look too bad, man. Targeting back up to these highs up here. Give you a nice little 2-to-1. Not bad as well, man. Not bad at all. All right, let's see what else we got here. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see what we got here. Let me take a look at the markets, man. Yeah, this looks like it want to go higher here. What is the one contract is $225 worth of risk here. Two contracts will be $430 worth of risk. I wonder, do they have minis for this? Do they have like a mini 6E1? Do they have mini currency pairs? I don't think they do. Does anybody know that, family? Does anybody have that? I don't think they have minis for these, do they? Because I've got it like that. I know that because I got it like that. Let's see. I have a buy entry for EU at 107.46. 107.46. 107. Let me look at it over here. 107.46. Okay, that's not bad. Hopefully it can continue for you. Again, it looks solid, man. Like I think it looks good, man. I think we do see more, more upside here on the euro. Only thing is these markets again just been so annoying to trade this week, super choppy, but I do think we have some more upside here for sure. I wouldn't be surprised by that at all. Yeah, they do. What is it then? Because I can't find it. What are the mini versions for this? Is it mini 6E? Oh, they do. Okay, they do have the mini versions. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, let me see. Oh, this thing looks shitty though. This thing looks shitty though. I don't like how it looks candlestick wise, but let's see. If I were to take a trade, hypothetically speaking, right here where it stops below the low. Oh yeah, we could throw hella lots on this. We could throw mad contracts on this bad boy. Holy moly. Yeah, we could throw a lot of contracts on this. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Nah, that's good to know. So if anybody is trading futures, family, you can even trade these currency pairs and go with the minis. That's what I'm saying. Like I thought, and I'm wrong about this, right? But I thought this is why it's cool now that I'm coming into the future side of things, right? I thought you actually needed a lot of capital, not a lot of capital, but I thought you needed like some good capital to trade futures, right? But now with the minis and the micros, you could really trade futures with, honestly, a couple $100, just like the forex side, right? Forex is super attractive for most traders because you can throw micro lots, right? Which gives you the ability to trade on small accounts, $50, $100 accounts. But you could do the same thing on the future side as well, which is pretty cool. Like there really isn't that much differences neither, bro, from forex and futures, which is nice. But yeah, this looks solid. That looks solid. Solid, solid, solid. Every time I seen it, missing in a row. Yeah, gold is pushing now, family. Look at gold. Gold is just pushing. Are we finally gonna break out? Like it'd be the one time I don't take a trade on gold and it actually starts trending. Right? Like watch that happen, right? That'll be just my luck. Right? We took a couple attempts for buys this week. And both of them just, hit us out for very small losses, right? But the one I don't take, watch that be the one that actually end up playing out. That would be extremely annoying, but it is what it is, right? But watch that actually be what happens. Watch. The market just messing with us. Watch that be the one that runs. That would be so annoying if this is what actually trends. I'm like, bruh. Do I have that sound effect? Bruh. I don't have that sound effect. Bruh. Bruskies. Now, question, family. Which one do you guys prefer? All right, do you guys prefer Abel from yesterday, where we were wilding out a little bit? I was dancing on stream and shit, going crazy, or do you guys prefer more mellow, vibing out, chilling, this type of vibe? Because I'm fine with both. I don't think I could do the energetic Abel from yesterday every single day though, right? Because I was actually tired. I felt like I worked out after stream yesterday. Like I was super tired yesterday. Like doing these streams, man, takes a lot of energy out of you. It really does, especially when you're trying to really just, focus on retention and retaining people and retaining viewers, and you're being energetic and constant talking. Like, I'm gonna be honest, that shit drains you. Like that shit drains you. I'm telling you, it really do. Let's see, what's the minimum you have to fund? You have to fund a futures account. That's a good question. I don't know if like certain brokers have like minimum requirements. But since they offer micros and minis, I'm pretty sure you can start with even like $100. Like, let me actually look and let me see. I don't know if these brokers though, like the futures brokers, require a minimum. Let's see. Oh man, look at this. The first thing that it says, right? Ninja Trader is the one that I personally use. Well, I use it because of the futures accounts, but look at the first sentence here. No deposit minimum. No deposit minimum. Yeah. So if you wanted to fund an account with personal funds, you could do it with like whatever you want, $50, $100, and you can just, trade the micros and the minis and you'll be good to go. Hey man, that's not bad. That's not bad. That's pretty cool. Let's see, Abel, can you show how to use volume? Yeah, for sure, right? I mean, so volume is, again, very important. It's a crucial part of, in my opinion now, of my analysis, right? And just comparing what price does, right? And I like to use the words effort when I'm referring to more so price action compared to the actual volume itself, right? So when we're looking at something like down here, right, like this, gold on the 5 minute time frame, right? And again, it's not like use only volume, right? But we can talk about this key level. I'm gonna erase everything on the chart so we can just focus on this one key level real quick, right? So if I'm looking for a possible play off of this key level at 2316, right? I'm trying to see what volume is telling me, right? Obviously now we can see that the market bounced off of it and pushed higher, but look at volume itself, right? Obviously we had a big red candle, which is just, the market itself showing that we had a lot of selling pressure. But did we get any follow through, right, with this amount of volume, right? We super strong candle, a lot of selling volume, but we didn't get no real follow through, right? This level of structure ended up holding really strong. In fact, the next 5 minute candle, right, showed that a lot more buying pressure entered the market off of this key level of support, right? We have to be able to identify what volume is telling us and comparing that to price action around major levels of structure, and that can give us clues, right? So yeah, this move that we seen to the upside here is warranted because the amount of sell volume that we had, right, corresponding with the candlestick was there, but it didn't go anywhere, right? We didn't have no real significance after that. We didn't get no break of structure, right? We didn't get anything. The market just fell down and then it stuck, stopped within this range. But then we had the white volume, which is the bullish volume. This came in and superseded the past one off of this level of support. And then you can see what happened afterwards. Price ended up reacting off of that, right? We had a lot more now momentum to the upside. And even this though, right? We got to see what happens here. Because even looking at volume, right, we're now starting to see volume increase once again, right? But are we actually going to go ahead and break to the upside? Yes or no? We don't know, right? But if we see the market reject from this resistance up here and we start to see the sell volume start to pick up, right? Like these ones start to actually show more strength, right? Then we can make an idea or have an idea that, okay, maybe this thing could possibly just bounce off of this. Right? But I really look at volume when it's close to our key levels. What is volume telling us around our levels of significance, our levels of structure, right? And then there's a whole bunch of different ways to read volume, right? But that's like the most basic way of actually looking at it. What is price doing? What is volume telling us around our major levels of structure? Now, there's other things that we can bring into the equation, right? Like the actual amount of effort that price shows us. Like, does this move break structure or does it not, right? Because if we have a lot of volume but yet the effort is not strong enough and it doesn't cause a break of structure, then we have to understand a divergence. Right now we're starting to see price action to volume divergence that can also give us a clue, right? Because again, for example, if this bearish volume bar was significant and it sustained itself, but just like how we've seen here, price really didn't do anything, right? The market went nowhere. We have to be aware of that volume to price divergence. Now, obviously, we had a little clue here with the next volume bar being a lot more aggressive, showing us that, okay, more buyers are now entering the market. So that would have told us that maybe we could see another higher pricing level here. But that's essentially how I typically do it. Now, again, we could look at it in terms of that volume compared to structure points, but then we can also use it for entries, right? Again, we have an entry model that, a few of us utilize, that uses volume, right? Like we call it live OBs, right? Live order blocks, we like to call it, right? But live OBs are shown when we go ahead and we enter fresh areas of liquidity above a high or a low, right? And we get an engulfing that is supported by volume, all right? And I'll see if I can show you. Actually, I can show you guys an example here of that, right? So looking at gold for an example, when we broke down to the lows down here, or when we've seen this massive move to the downside, okay, what did price end up doing? Right, price ended up pausing down here for around an hour, but then we ended up getting a nice strong engulfing candle there. Right now, this is significant, right? Because if we were going to continue with this selling pressure, right, then we probably would have just continued, right? Instead, we ended up chilling at this level right below this, this low that we broke out. And an entry technique, the live OB that I'm referring to, that we use as an entry technique, right? Again, I have really a couple that I use. I use my trigger line, right, when I'm riding in trends, And then we use the live OB when we're trying to find a possible reversal that's really not going in the initial trend right there on the smaller time frame. But a live OB is this sequence right here, right? We have this engulfing pattern in fresh liquidity. It's fresh liquidity because we just broke this low. Fresh liquidity, live engulfing pattern that is supported by volume, right? You see this volume bar? Actually, yeah, you see it still is actually, right? We have this volume bar, which is the engulfing, is still higher than the previous one, right? Whenever the volume bar is higher than the previous candlestick that got engulfed, that can help us identify a live OB. Okay, but even before that, right? Look at the volume here as well, right? When we ended up finding this support after we took out fresh liquidity, we already started to see volume come in. Right, this volume was also much bigger than the candlestick that even broke the lows. Right, if this bearish candlestick was actually going to be significant and possibly, lead to lower pricing, then this volume bar probably wouldn't have engulfed it. Right, we would have shown just this being a lot more bigger than the next one, and then we probably would have seen a continuation, but we didn't. Right, we ended up falling, fresh liquidity, created like this little pin bar, hammer, whatever you want to call it. The volume on the bullish side is now greater than the bearish ones, and fresh liquidity, that is all day possible entry as well, right? But those are a little bit more, more advanced entry techniques. But there's a few different ways that we do it, man. And that's all. Again, I hate to be trying to sound like I'm selling things, right? But it is what it is, right? That's all stuff that I'm now going to be adding into version 2.0 of my course that I'm working on, right? Version 2.0, again, I said this last time, but it's all going to be really based on entry and execution techniques. Right, talking about these live OBs and volume, right? Talking about my trigger lines and how we could play the trigger line entries, right? Talking about all those things. So for all you guys that already have my course that are getting grandfathered in, it's 2.0. Just be ready for that, man. Just be ready for that, because that's going to be an absolute banger. Absolute banger. It's going to be a banger. Let's see, Top Stick has a $19 challenge for the 50K. That's actually a great thing that you brought that up, actually, right? Because I wanted to bring this up as well, right? For not just Top Step, but a lot of these prop firms, right? On the future side. I'm glad that you brought that up, right? Because I realized something, right? And I think I might have been tripping, right? But I don't think I'm going to be buying any accounts other than 50K accounts moving forward. Right? And there's a reason for that, right? Because typically you come to these prop firms and you're like, man, I want to see if I can get the biggest account, right? So I can have a bigger, possible payout. But when you actually look at these damn accounts, right, and you actually compare the profit target to your max drawdown, right, there's actually a massive discrepancy across the board, right? For Top Step, for example, right, a 50K account here on Top Step, right, is a $3,000 profit target, but only a $2,000 max loss. That's about a 1 to 1.5 ratio, which is honestly the best you're going to get across the board. Because if we look at the 100K, right, I got to make $6,000 without losing 3K, right? So this is literally double, right? The amount of profit I have to make is double the amount of loss that I can actually lose, right? And then the 150K is also double, right? But at least with the 50K, the R to R that you have to make is still a lot less. I just realized that the other day because I was thinking, I'm like, yo, why do a lot of traders that are actually really successful, why do they always go for the 50K accounts? And it's because the profit to loss ratio is a lot better. It's a lot more attractive. And that's why they buy the 50K accounts. And then more times than not, especially if they go with like Apex, which a lot of people do, you can buy up to 20 accounts, right? So buying 20 50K accounts, especially now with the discounts that they be having, they be around like 80 to 90% discounts. You can get 20 accounts for like $700. 50K accounts that are also going to give you a better profit target to max loss ratio, right? I didn't realize that until recently, right? When I came back, I'm like, hold on, it's a lot easier to trade a 50K account than it is all these other ones, right? Because you essentially have to make double the actual max loss. But on a 50K account, you don't. You only have to make 1.5 times the max loss. So it's a little bit easier, right, to pass this 50K account compared to everything else. So I'm probably going to just load up on a bunch of 50Ks, to be honest, right? Just because it's easier to actually go ahead and pass based from the profit target to the actual max loss limit. I never noticed that until literally yesterday, right? Did anybody else notice that, or am I the only one, right? And if you did know that already, why ain't you tell me, right? I thought the model here is no gatekeeping, right? The model is no gatekeeping here, family. We not gatekeeping no valuable information to the community, right? So if you guys are gonna go ahead and buy a Top Step account, I'm not sure if every prop firm is. I'm pretty sure most of them are gonna be similar. If you guys are gonna go ahead and buy, a prop firm account, just stick with the 50Ks, man. You don't have to go with the big boys, because again, you're gonna have to literally make double what your actual max risk is, when you can just come here and make 1.5 times your risk. Just load up on a bunch of accounts, if anything, if you really want to trade a lot of capital, right? Again, Apex, 80% off, you can get 20 accounts. You can trade $1 million worth of capital for like $700-800. Just think about that, right? You can trade $1 million worth of capital for like $700-800. What? That is insane to me, right? So yeah, I'm gonna rock out with Top Step. I obviously I got this 100K account already. I'm not gonna just blow it or anything. We're gonna try to build this thing up, but I'm only buying 50Ks moving forward, right? It just makes so much more sense to do that, right? Especially when you're comparing the profit target to the max loss ratio. It just makes so much sense to do that, right? Let me just check what Apex is. I'm pretty sure Apex is probably similar. But let me see what we got here, right? Let's see, what is the 50K? Yeah, even like, look at this, right? Apex is a little bit even better, right? Profit target is $3,000, right? While your trailing threshold is only $2,500. Again, it's not double with all these other ones is, right? Even the 25K is even better, right? it's a 1-to-1, right? It's a profit target of 1-to-1, so the 25K is even better than the 50K. But it seems like these smaller accounts, guys, are just a lot in terms of playing things smart. These smaller accounts just make more sense than going crazy and getting a big boy 100, 200, 300K account. Look at this, right? A $300,000 account, you have to make $20,000 without losing $7,500. Like, your literally target is 3 times the amount of risk that you can actually get. That just makes no sense for me to go ahead and get this. If I want to trade 300K worth of capital, I'd rather just buy a bunch of these 50K accounts and trade those instead. All right, that's insane. So, again, this is stuff we have to be aware of, man. I didn't notice that until recently. So, when y'all see me trading 50Ks, it's for that reason. It just makes so much more sense, right? To buy these smaller accounts than all these other ones. It just literally makes more sense, right? Just a logical standpoint. I thought, because I initially had a 200K with this other prop firm account, the one that somebody ended up trading on me. But even look at it, I'm like, damn, why did I even buy that? Right? It just doesn't make no sense. So again, get a couple of these 50Ks. Even a 25K will go crazy. And especially with these promos, guys, that these prop firms have, like, they're just so freaking cheap. Like, you can get a 50K for like $30 with the promo. Like a 50K for like $30. Like, what? Insane. So I'm glad that you actually brought that up, Omar, right? Because that is something that I realized that I wanted to bring up to y'all. Like, there's no reason to get any of these other bigger. Just stick with the 50s or lowers. I promise y'all. It's going to be a lot easier for you to go ahead and actually pass these challenges with the smaller accounts. Okay? All right, so let's see what else we got here. I ain't waiting on Bitcoin to reach back to 63,000 for me to take a sell. Hey, go ahead and do your thing, man. Do you feel like futures is more of a scout for funding due to the aspect of the pullback of a move can go against you of your daily loss? Yeah, I mean, you definitely got to be aware of that for sure. That's what a lot of traders do, right? Especially a lot of these live streamers, right, that trade futures accounts, prop firms accounts. A lot of them are scalping, right? A lot of them are only getting, 10, 15, 20 points at a time and calling it a day, right? Because the worst thing that some of these prop firms have, right? Top Step doesn't have this, which is why I'm with Top Step now. But when I was with Take Profit Trader, they have that trailing drawdown rule, right? And trailing drawdown rule is absolutely atrocious, right? You really have to be careful with letting a trade run and then pulling back on you, right? Because that's all it takes now for you to lose an account while still being in profit, which is probably the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life, right? So you definitely got to be mindful of that, right? So yeah, you do got to be careful. I would probably recommend. I'm still going to be intraday, right? I'm not going to just hold a trade for 5-10 minutes and get out in terms of scalping. I still want to ride a solid move, but I'm also going to be very aware of how much profit I'm making, right? And also, if I do think we could see a little steeper of a pullback, then I'm just going to go ahead and close out my trade and just call it a day off of that, right? So, but that is a good point. I think these firms are more so geared towards scalping. And maybe in the future we do eventually turn into that as well, where we more so just focus on scalping. But for me, I just never been a scalper. Right, I take what the market gives me, and I try to let things run if possible. But that is a good point though, Jonathan. What about on the forex side for prop firms? On the forex side for prop firms, they're usually going to be similar across the board in terms of target profit to max loss ratio. Usually going to be very similar for the forex side of things. Let's see, never had a prop firm. Do they actually pay out? Yeah, absolutely. The right ones do. Right, the right ones do absolutely. And in fact, like especially if you don't have a lot of capital, all right, if you don't have a lot of capital to fund a live account with, then obviously I highly encourage you to go ahead and get some prop firm accounts, right? Because trading $100 account, trading even $1,000 account, it's just going to be extremely tough for you to really build long term, right, and have real long term consistency with. And the reason for it is you're just not going to be satisfied, right? You're not going to be happy with the wins that you get. You can make 10%, you can make 20% in a week, and not be happy because the dollar amount is not crazy, right? So I always encourage everybody, learn the skill, even if it's on a small demo account or if you just go to prop firm route. Learn the skill, and then just go ahead and invest heavy into these prop firms and leverage those. But the whole goal is to eventually, right, use these payouts, right? Eventually use these payouts that you get to fund a personal account in the future, right, with a lot more larger capital. Let's see, anyone recommend a prop account for the UK? So since you're in the UK, you have a lot of options to choose from, right? There's different platforms, guys, that you guys can use to go ahead and compare prop firms, right? One platform right here is called this one right here, propfirmmatch.com. Right, this platform right here, guys, allows you to compare all these different prop firms, right? Based on price, based on targets, based on payouts, right? And most of the firms that are on here because they actually are usually normally doing really good, right? Like they normally don't have payout denials or anything like that. And if they do, then you can come to where it says unlisted firms and start to see the firms that got unlisted from this platform. And more times than not, it's because they're not paying out and they're just doing bad, right? So you can come here to this website, right? And this website right here will literally give you everything that you need to do to compare all these damn firms, whether it's forex firms, futures firms, so on and so forth, right? So propfirmmatch.com. I wish they had a damn affiliate link for the way I'm promoting them right now. But this is a good option to go to, right? If you really want to compare all these different accounts that are available, right? That is probably the best way to go. Propfirmmatch.com. Let's see. I apologize. I have to get some rest. Gratitude is the attitude. I appreciate you, oh. You know what's crazy? I seen you literally calling me on Instagram too. When I told you guys to hold me accountable, man, brother O wasn't playing. He was literally calling me. He's like, man, where you at? I didn't answer because I missed it, but I was literally already starting the stream right when he was calling. He was like, bro, it's a 10:03 gang. Where you at? But yo, brother O, man, I appreciate you for holding me accountable, man. That's what I asked of you guys. I told y'all to hold me accountable. And you for damn sure were definitely doing that, man. So I appreciate you for reaching out and making sure that I showed up, even though I was going to regardless. Again, family, I was late today, right? I was late today because I had to literally go to my daughter's school, right? I had a parent-teacher conference, right? That's the only reason why I was late. And besides that, I would have started at normal time at 8:30. It's just, had to be a parent real quick. Let's see. Alpha Capital Group was good to me before US can't use it. Alpha Capital Group is one of the ones that are definitely being promoted the most. Solid from what I've seen. I still am a big fan of funding pips on the forex side. I think funding pips is still probably the best choice, the best option, especially when you compare rules, when you compare the price point from these prop firms. I think funding pips is still probably number one right now in my book in terms of the forex side of things. So Alpha Capital Group isn't a bad choice neither. It's a little bit more expensive. So, family, gold's seen a nice little move here, man. Gold's seen a nice strong move to the upside off of this level. This did give a nice move. This is about 70 pips to the upside. That is a solid move. But again, just like I've been telling y'all, man, I just think these markets might stay. I mean, hopefully this thing breaks out so we can start trending, and then tomorrow we can find a nice solid move. But I wouldn't be surprised if we just literally stay within this damn choppy range that we've been in all freaking week. This has been an annoying week to trade, just because of all this choppiness. But hey, man, we gotta take what the market gives us at the end of this day. We gotta take what the market gives us at the end of the day. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Man, see, NASDAQ, though, this thing hasn't stopped moving. This thing has not stopped moving at all. All right, so the NASDAQ is pushing, right? The S&P is pushing. US 30 is going crazy right now. Right? Indices, honestly, probably should have been our main focus. You know, obviously, my main focus is always gold first, then indices second, but indices are just going crazy. Holy moly, macaroni. Yeah, this could have been a play all day. Oh, man, look at this thing run. Shout out to y'all that did take these buys. These things are going nuts right now. Interesting. Holy moly. Guacamole. Shout out to them, man. Hopefully, I mean, there is a chance, right? Since indices are really starting to run here, you think gold is probably going to continue bullish here? Gold does have the potential to finally break out here. Gold could finally break out. Hey, it's possible. It's possible that it does break out to the upside, especially the way indices are running. Like, indices are moving crazy. Gold could still probably break out to the upside and continue to go. Let's see. Let's see what we got here. Also, I know Top Step as well came out with their new platform, Top Step X. I'm probably going to get a couple accounts with Top Step X. Right? They have like their own platform now that they released as well. Like their own charting platform that I think will be super cool to actually trade with. 19 bucks a month. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is so cheap. Family, if you guys don't have no firms right now just yet, like, bro, like, Top Step is really, really probably the best option, especially at these price points. Only $19 to get a 50K. Again, look at the profit to max loss ratio is still the best, 1.5 to 1 compared to 2 to 1 here on these ones. I'd rather just get the 50Ks. But again, if you want this discount at $19 a month, you have to use this code and you have to use their actual platform. Right? I'm pretty sure, I don't know what the pricing is without that. It's still $49 a month for the 50K if you want to be able to trade on TradingView. If you want to trade on TradingView, it is 50K a month. Right? If you want to trade on TradingView, this is just super convenient because that's what we've been using. But if you want to try their new platform, it's only $19 a month. I'm going to load up on a few of these. I think, what's the max amount of accounts can we get? Does anybody know the max amount of accounts that we can actually buy on here? What is it, 2 or 3 or something? Because I know most prop firms are not like Apex, which gives us the ability to buy 20. Does anybody know what the max amount of accounts that we can get here are? Let me see if I can find out. Does anybody know? Let's see. With funding pips, can you trade on TradingView? No, you can't. With funding pips, no. The only Forex brokers that you can trade on TradingView with are going to be the regulated brokers. Okay, the regulated Forex brokers like Owanda and Forex.com. Right, if you want to trade on TradingView, Forex side of things, you have to get a US regulated broker. Funding pips is just a platform offers funding, right? But they're not. They don't have the ability to trade on TradingView. Let's see. You think 10? We can buy 10 of these, bro. I'll buy all 10. You can buy 10. It says it right here. Lock in up to 10 accounts to keep this price for the lifetime of the combine. Oh my gosh, bro. So you're talking about we can get 10 accounts for less than 200 bucks? 10 accounts for less than 200 bucks? That's crazy. Holy moly. 10 accounts for 200 bucks, bro? Yeah, we're definitely gonna load up on a few of these for sure. Let's see, you can buy 10, but can only activate 3 at a time. Hey, that's fine. Let's see. And the other 7 will expire after 30 days if you pass them. So don't. Oh, so it doesn't make no sense to buy 10 then. So it doesn't make no sense to buy 10 then. Why the hell does? Why even give us the option, bro? If you can't. That's crazy. See, at least Apex you can activate all your accounts. All 20 that you can get, you can activate and trade all 20 of them together and request withdrawals on all of them together. But boy, either way, family, right? Getting 3 at a time, like why not get 3, right? You're spending $60 a month. If it takes you longer to pass, again, you do have to pay monthly here. That's the difference compared to futures and Forex firms, right? Like this is a monthly platform. You do have to pay monthly, but it's so cheap. That's why you can do it. It's cheap. Or you pay $60 to get 3 accounts and then only $60 a month after that. Now, if you do pass the actual challenge, you do got to pay $149 on each account, right? So it is 60 bucks to get them. If you pass all 3, you will have to pay what, 450 bucks to actually get them into the funded account, to activate them and turn them into a funded account. But that's still crazy. That is crazy. Like, I highly encourage you guys, family, we all got 20 bucks laying around somewhere. Like, start loading up on some of these accounts, even if it's just one, right? Get in the, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. It makes no sense not to get these. Like, it's crazy. Again, remember what I told y'all. We don't, it makes no sense to get the 150K or the 100K. Right? I know it's super cheap as well for these, but again, it makes no sense. Right? The 50Ks make the most sense for anybody. It doesn't matter if you're experienced or not. Right? Again, compare the profit target to max loss limit. Right? It's just a lot better. 1.5 to 1 compared to 2 to 1. Right? Makes a lot more sense to get the 50K. It's a lot easier for you to pass it. Right? Unless you want to make, double your risk. Cool, get the big boys. Or you can make 1.5 times your risk and be good to go. Right? So this is definitely the way to go, and I'm definitely gonna load up on a couple 50Ks for sure. How often are the withdrawals? That's a good question. I don't even know. I don't even know how often the withdrawals are. I don't even know how often. I mean, I'm pretty sure Skaggs knows. Skaggs been doing a lot of research on Top Step. So, Skaggs, how often can we withdraw on this thing? What is it? Every 7 days or so? 10 days? Like what's the process? Let's see. I'm definitely getting one this week. Top Step straight. Yeah, absolutely. It just makes so much sense for 19 bucks. I wonder how long they're gonna allow this to run. I wonder if they're gonna keep it at 19 bucks or this is just like a promo, because they just launched this platform. Like I think they launched it this week. Like this is a brand new platform that I think it launched this week. So this could be just like a little promo deal to get people on their platform. So we gotta take advantage of it ASAP. Let's see, 50K the best deal money-wise? Absolutely it is. Can you break that down? After you pass, you need to pay 150? Yeah. Right? They have an activation fee, right, that you have to pay, right, in order to actually turn it into a funded account. All right, so if you pay $19 for the month and you pass within that month, you won't get your funded account until you pay that 150 activation fee, right? And then you can go ahead and trade on the funded account. And it's 5 days of 200 plus profit. So in order for you to actually withdraw, you essentially have to have 5 trading days with 200 or more worth of profit, which is actually not that bad. It's actually not too bad. I have not tried the platform yet. Like I really haven't, bro. I don't even know what it looks. Obviously we see it right here, in the picture, but I haven't used it yet. But again, I'm gonna grab me a couple of these tonight. And I'll definitely start to dabble with it and see what we get here. See what we can get, man. It just makes so much sense. This is a crazy deal, yo. Like an insane deal. Like don't let this go over your head how crazy this is, please. This is nuts. We can only trade 5 contracts though, so be mindful of that. But overall, still, this is cumulative across all open. So we can only have a max of 5 contracts. Okay, that's good to know as well. Yeah, definitely gonna grab a couple of those. Let's see, I think it's for 2 weeks only, the promo. Hey, man, we got 2 weeks to get a couple of these, family. You got 2 weeks to get a couple of these. All right, let's see what's gold doing. Gold is still chilling here at these highs, man. What's the Nasdaq doing? The Nasdaq really probably should have been our play here, honestly, taking it down at these levels. But like I told y'all, man, these choppy conditions kind of turned me off this week. I've been getting some solid entries, but the market just hasn't been showing us love. They have not been showing us love whatsoever, but it's cool. It's cool though, but it'd be like that. Let's see, FNQ left without me. That's what I'm saying. Shout out to Omar. I know Omar got into it. I personally, I didn't take it neither. But Omar called it at the bottom. Free Zone might have called it at the bottom too. There's some people that got some great, crazy entries here because this thing went nuts. It went nuts, but I also missed it too. Unfortunate, but it be like that. But besides that though, family, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up off of that. Again, no trade day for me. It be like that. Again, like I said, these markets have been extremely choppy, extremely annoying to trade lately. At least for this week with gold just literally doing nothing. Again, gold is like my preferred thing to trade, but I will trade the Nasdaq as well. Those two are really going to be my focus, the Nasdaq and gold. I wouldn't mind taking, 6E or Euro USD, but it's like, it's not really it's not, yeah. That's like a third option, all right? Maybe a fourth option if gold and Nasdaq ain't showing me nothing. But yeah, gold is my focus. The Nasdaq is my focus. Honestly, any of these indices are my focus, right? Whether US 30, Nasdaq, or the S&P, gold and the indices are really going to be my focus for sure, trading these futures accounts. So, but besides that though, man, we're going to go ahead and call it a day. I do appreciate you guys so much for showing up once again. Again, no trade for us today, and it's cool. We took a trade every single day of the week this week, except for today. And we got tomorrow. All right, so we'll come back tomorrow. We'll see what the market can give us. See if we have some better opportunities. See if the market can freaking start the trend. All right, I can't wait for us to actually break out and start moving again. Right, so hopefully we can see that happen tomorrow, and we'll go from there. I am going to grab a couple of these Top Step 50K accounts as well. See what we can get. Again, I already have this 100K Top Step account that I'm already going to be working on. So we'll have the 100K. We'll also have a couple of these 50Ks, and then we'll be able to grow these all together. I wonder, does that new platform, right? Does this platform offer like a trade copier? That would be next level, right? If Top Step X offered a trade copier as well, that would be crazy. Oh my God, it does? Holy moly. It's like they want us. All right, yeah, I'm all in with this. That is nuts, and it's amazing. Oh yeah, we definitely getting some of these accounts for sure. It's a no-brainer. It is a freaking no-brainer, family. Like, I expect everybody tomorrow or sometime this week, or at the least next week, all of us need to have a 50K Top Step account for $20. Like, we just, it's a no-brainer. All right, but family, man, I do appreciate y'all. I love you guys. Thank you guys for showing up all week so far. We've been crushing it. We've been showing up. We're consistently being here. We will be back tomorrow. Same time, same place, right? Showing up, perform. We're clocking in, family. We got to clock in for work, right? When I say I'm clocked in, this is me clocking in for work for you guys. And we're going to see how it goes, man. But family, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. We're going to go ahead and end off the song, end off the session, with... I don't want to end it off with this song, but we're going to end it off with one of my favorite songs here. And if you guys need me for anything, family, reach out to me on my Instagram. My Instagram is right below my pretty face. Go ahead and, add your boy up. Follow your boy. If you guys are a part of the community, let me know. I'll follow you guys back on Instagram too. Just let me know. Yo, Abel, bro, I was on the stream. You earn my like, you earn my follow just off of that, right? If you hit me up on Instagram and say, Abel, I was on the stream, bro. Hey, man, you earned my follow. I'll follow you right back because we're going to build this community up and we're going to do it together. Like I said, family, don't just look at me as a mentor or educator, man. Look at me as somebody that you guys can work with directly. I want us to be peers more than anything, right? Because I want y'all to also contribute to the conversation, send your markups, and we can grow this thing together. Right? When I hit 100K subs, y'all hitting 100K subs too. I'm just getting the plaque. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Right, but it's gonna be y'all 100K subs as well, right? Because we're gonna be doing this together. So I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all. Hopefully you guys have a phenomenal rest of y'all day. If y'all need me for anything, y'all know where to reach me, either my Instagram or join my Discord, and I got y'all, and we can go ahead and vibe out. Family, love you guys. Appreciate y'all, man, and I'm going to talk to y'all later. Let's get it, y'all. Have a great rest of y'all day.
Time, I'm worthless to you. Defeating me lies through those tears when you cry. All on my mind, it ain't even true. It's the thing that you do. Walk away, they always say. Guess I gotta think this through. Every last moment was a memory faded, so I guess I gotta escape that too. Yeah, I gave it my all, you stole everything. All the red flags, I missed all the clues. Yeah. Every moment turns into a twisted in the road. Every word you say, it burns a hole right in my soul. All you do is lie to my face, that's all I know. Listen, don't get it twisted, so I gotta let you go. Every moment turns into a twisted in the road. Every word you say, it burns a hole right in my soul. All you do is lie to my face.